watching Rogers TV.
Welcome to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Jackie Hermans. Wow, have we ever had the weather ups and downs, from a high of 15 to a low of minus 13 plus the wind chill. So don't worry, spring is around the corner. I promise you, it's just around the corner. Now, maybe you've also been having ups and downs of your emotions, and we have CMHA who's on the show. We'll be talking about gambling because it is Problem Gambling Awareness Month. We're also talking about when you should maybe look into getting some support for your mental health, signs to look for, and we have Pauline Christian talking about her book launch. So all that, we're going to have so much fun, lots of great information. Keep on watching. We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Here's Roloff in the slot, score! The OHL on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I have Alec King in the house, and he is from CMHA. He is a communications and public relations lead. Alec, I love having you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me back, Jackie. I love being here.
Well, you know, mental health is something that I think we all need continuous education about. It needs to be in our awareness because it can happen to anyone in different stages of our lives. Yeah. And we not only need to support, you know, it helps us to support the people around us, but then for you to have that awareness about yourself and how you're doing.
Absolutely. It's something that people don't pay enough attention to.
Yeah. And so I think this is a fantastic topic. So March is Gambling Awareness?
Problem Gambling Awareness Month.
Problem Gambling Awareness Month. Okay. You have a lot of stats. Let's educate the community about gambling stats.
So March is Problem Gambling Awareness Month. And with the kind of advent of online gambling that we've been seeing, there's a lot more people who are at risk of problem gambling. And problem gambling is when it starts to have a negative effect on your life. The statistics say that over 300,000 Ontarians are at risk of coming to harm because of their gambling. And the biggest portion of people who are at risk are people between the ages of 18 and 24. Okay,
so just like whether you can be addicted to drugs, to alcohol, to gambling, there's a spectrum,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
Because some people can be great and have a few glasses of wine a week and that's not a problem, or they can be drinking bottles a week. So like, what is the spectrum for gambling then?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because it is like any other kind of activity where, you know, there's an opportunity for moderation. So you have, you know, a spectrum where at the very top you have people who don't gamble at all and they are no risk at all. Okay. And then you have all the way down to people where it becomes this very, very serious issue. But in between you have people who gamble maybe occasionally, and then people who gamble recreationally, and then people who are very serious gamblers, who it's like their main form of recreation. It's the most what they do for entertainment. But at this point, it's not presenting any kind of concerns or issues. And that's the people that we want to kind of talk to. And then when you get further down, you get into people who are legitimately running into issues with family, with friends, where it's starting to impact their life. And those are people who we want to help reach out for help.
Now, what are some of those issues that are impacting families?
Well, in addition, it's like any other kind of addiction where it can be something that becomes very consuming, something that takes up all of someone's time and their focus and their energy. It's a dopamine receiving kind of event. So all those activities help you feel good, they make you feel better, but it can make it, you can get to a point where other activities don't make you feel good, so you focus on gambling. At that point, for those people, that can start to harm their relationships with their friends and their family and people around them, and they can take the focus off other things in life that are important and bring that focus on to gambling.
Okay, so there can also be lies that start happening and remortgaging the house for gambling issues.
Financial concerns, absolutely, but the interpersonal ones, like you said, like lying or hiding the fact that you're gambling, are things that can really damage people's relationships with their friends and family.
Okay. So what type of support do you have out there for gamblers?
We're very lucky in Ontario that there's actually support available for anyone who's having issues with gambling. It's a free gambling helpline that people can call to get support and assistance right away. It's free and immediate, and that there's no waiting for it.
So what would you say are those major signs that either you as a potential, as a gambler with a potential issue, or for family members? So what are signs that you should be looking out for to know if someone might need support?
So if you are the person who is gambling, really what you want to look for is if it's starting to affect your life or impact the lives of people around you. A good indication if someone has at any point told you that they have an issue with your gambling, it might be a good opportunity to stop and think about it. At least pause and think about your actions and what you're doing around it, because you may be starting to get into the area where it's damaging your relationship with someone. If you're talking about someone around you and you're concerned about their gambling and you're looking for issues that might be harming them, I mean, it's the same thing. You're looking to see if the gambling has become something that's taking over their life and becoming very overwhelming for them. And if you feel that way, it's good to be honest. It's good to be honest and open with them and let them know that you have concerns and that you care.
Now, with your first example as to whether you're looking internal to see whether you might have an issue, you had mentioned if someone has mentioned something to you, pause. Now, I think in many cases, if you do have an issue, some people it could be easy to justify. Well, they don't understand because it's because of this or it's because of this. So with that pause that you're recommending, why not even just reach out to CMHA?
Absolutely.
And just talk to a counselor, talk to someone just to get an unbiased point of view that is outside of your own world, your own bubble, to be able to just see, to be open as to whether there might be an issue there.
That's a great idea. The supports are free. People can just reach out and connect, have a conversation, and it may make them realize that there's opportunities to change. Small things they can alter just to keep themselves from running into a situation where it's having an impact on their friends and family.
Right. Okay, what's that website that they can visit should they want more information?
You can go to cmhadurham.ca. That has all the information on how to get access to the helpline. It has an online survey that you can conduct on yourself to see if you're having any issues or concerns.
Okay.
And other resources that are available as well.
Perfect. Now, Alec King will be back. There's more to talk about with CMHA. We'll be back with more. Stick around.
When you're away from the gym, here's what CrossFit Oshawa does to keep fit. I want to show you a pull-up today because it's a functional movement that utilizes your entire body. If that's too challenging, scale it back to a jumping pull-up. Box jumps are great because they help you develop power in your lower body, and if you do enough reps, they elicit a great cardio response as well. We jump, land, and stand. To make that easier on your ankle, we can jump, land, stand, and step down. Burpees are everyone's favorite. They have a love-hate relationship because they're so great at developing that cardio response. In a burpee, chest goes to the floor, jump and clap overhead. Another one that I love to do is just getting out and running with the dog. I'll see you outside.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So I have Alec King with me, who is from CMHA, and he is the Communications and Public Relations Lead. So we were talking about how March is Problem Gambling
Awareness Month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to move this conversation a little bit and more generalize it. So I want to talk about when people should be looking for additional support in what they're feeling and whatever they might be going through, because we can have ups and downs. And I feel like since COVID, even just like coming from an energy standpoint, I'm a psychic medium and empath. I feel energy. I'm into astrology, and we've had a lot of emotional ups and downs, and sometimes we just need to move through our stuff so we can release old patterns of thinking to get ourselves to a new place, right? And but we can also be going through different hormonal issues. TMI, warning, I'm perimenopausal, and so yeah, you can have an increase of emotions, hot flashes, all that fun stuff. But even I was experiencing last night, I was feeling so low. I normally don't go into these big depths of feeling low. And I went to bed early, and I was even finding myself really frustrated during the day. And now and I had this thought, what if I'm starting to go through a depression? But I also have supports. I have friends that I talk to. We talk things out. We work out our emotions. But what are some signs that maybe you should look into it deeper? Maybe something deeper is to happen. I don't want to go in through a panic. Oh crap, something is wrong. Because sometimes when we label something as wrong with us, it can really escalate what we're dealing with. And really, it's never a wrong or a right, but sometimes you need support.
Absolutely. I think something you hit on that's really great is the idea of having kind of a support structure already built in. Having people you talk to, people you care about, who you can engage and just kind of check in with. That's a great kind of first line for you to kind of, feel about how you're feeling. But that's why you also have programs and services available in the community for when those supports aren't feeling like they're doing everything you need. So at that point, if you feel like you need more support or you would benefit from talking to someone who has a professional kind of approach to it, that might be a good time to reach out looking for support.
Okay, because I think a lot of people, including myself sometimes, I can handle this, I'm strong enough, right? But it doesn't mean you're weak when you would benefit from additional support.
No, absolutely not. And it's the hardest step is making that call or walking through the door or admitting that there's something that you need to do to improve, something you need to work on with yourself. That's a very, very difficult step to take. And the people who manage to do that are just incredibly brave to be able to stand up, admit that there's something they'd like to work on, and then make that call or walk through the door.
I love that. And life is going to throw us obstacles.
Absolutely.
And even though we've been maybe doing really well, and then all of a sudden we've been hit with this and this and this. And so sometimes it could be incredibly overwhelming. And just having someone else there to go, it's going to be okay.
Exactly.
And here's some tools that you can use, or you can come to this group, and if you find yourself, let's say, there could be a fine line of going to drugs, alcohol, gambling, pornography, because as we were talking about with gambling, there could be a spectrum, and sometimes just having a glass of wine at night might be nice and soothing and help to calm, or maybe someone does cannabis, and it could, but when is it at the point that it could be a problem?
It's a good point, because there's so many different things we do as kind of a numbing, like an attempt to escape. And it can
Right.
be also other things that seem a bit more innocuous, like online gaming or social media. But they're activities that we're doing to avoid other things or to escape what's going on for the moment. And the important thing is looking at those activities and kind of getting an impression of when you feel like it might be a problem. And sometimes the best indicator of that is external. It's when someone says, you are doing this too much. That can be really hard to hear. But people only say that because they care, because they want to see you move past that and deal with whatever the issue is. So rather than avoiding and hiding and running away from something, it's addressing something. And that's hard. That's a really difficult step to take.
Okay. So if someone is wanting to take that next step, they would basically, they could go to the CMHA website.
Yes, absolutely.
And then see the different resources, and if anything is calling out to them.
Yeah, our programs are set up so people just have to make a phone call and speak to someone.
Okay.
Now, if a phone call is not great, you can walk through the front door, but the first person you speak with is going to be someone who is trained to help and assist you. It's someone who is able to talk with you about your issues, kind of help identify what you might benefit from, and help make you and get you connected with something that's going to be beneficial.
And just, we only have about 15 seconds left. What is that line that people can text or call the mental health line? Is it
988.
988.
Yeah.
988.
988 is the suicide support and crisis line for people who are in very serious need of support or help.
Okay.
They can call that number and get any kind of connection support they need right away.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Alec.
Thank you.
You're amazing as always. We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
I did it.
I need it.
A hero gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
Breaking Barriers in Pursuit of Excellence by Pauline Christian is the inspirational autobiography of a remarkable woman, an innovator, an activist, an entrepreneur. You will read of Pauline's story of struggles and triumph, from an immigrant who overcame systemic racism to reach the heights of corporate Canada and become a multi-award-winning entrepreneur, community advocate, and philanthropist. You will learn how her faith and determination for justice led her to create transformational opportunities for youth education and entrepreneurship, and to become a woman whose leadership is sought after by private sector and national leaders alike. Breaking Barriers in Pursuit of Excellence by Pauline Christian will inspire you and empower you to dare to dream beyond conventional boundaries and pursue excellence in your life and your community.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So we just saw a very inspirational video that is promoting Pauline Christian's book that she just had a book launch for.
Yes.
And it is Breaking Barriers in Pursuit to Excellence.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Well,
by the way.
Thank you.
So the book launch went well?
It went well. It was amazing. And you know, prior to that, I did a mini book launch in South Africa. So, you know, that was kind of a nice kind of a push or boost for this one. So that one, it was just done on Saturday, and it was absolutely amazing.
Okay, so tell me, where did the inspiration come to write this book?
You know what? I've been in the community for a long time, and have been a mentor to a lot of our Black young people. And a little bit, I think I understand the landscape a little bit better than most of the young people that are coming up. So I thought that, you know, with the challenges that I have undergone, and I know and I see them undergoing some of those same challenges, but they feel so defeated. And I thought that, you know, because I have been there before them, it was my responsibility to make their lives a little bit easier in understanding, because most times we react to stuff in a way that feels hopeless because we do not understand it. And sometimes understand that it's just a process. So I thought that I would put this in a nice, you know, it's a testament, right? So I would put it in the book so they can read it and see that I am not just a beautiful lady that never had some of those same challenges that they had, but I did, you know, have those challenges as well. And because of the supporting structure I had around me, plus my faith, I was able to surmount some of those challenges and now, you know, turn out to be a nice masterpiece.
Nice. Okay, so I loved how you said if someone has the framework, the perception of hopelessness, that creates, I'm coming from an energetic place. I'm an empath, I'm an energy healer.
Yes.
And when you create that vibration within you and your thoughts are focused on that vibration of, let's say, hopelessness, that's where your focus is. That's what you get more of.
Yes.
It's hard to see that there are opportunities
That's
out
right.
there.
That's right.
There are ways to come up and out of that.
That's right.
So your book helps,
Of course.
young individuals to, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's there to really inspire them, to empower them, motivate them, mobilize them, and to make them feel that, yes, they can. Yes, we can. Remember the Obama?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
So with the support coming from the book and understanding that we have been there before, I think it's there to help them to come over that mountain that sometimes seem unsurmountable. And as you said before, the more you focus on the negative, the more negative you will get. Right? So you have to see how you can manage your mindset to take you to more positivity. And this book is all about positivity, all about how I've been through my childhood years, how I've been through corporate Canada, how I've been through health challenges with my husband, not me, but with my husband and my granddaughter, and how, you know, through our faith and through, again, a positive attitude, how we're able to come over that.
And now, in that mindset of moving forward and knowing that you will reach your goal, as opposed to focusing on what has happened in the past and how it's terrible and how this is what has been stopping me, because the more you focus on what has been stopping you, you're not harnessing that energy to propel you forward.
That's correct. And the key to this book is as well that your crucibles, which, you know, your challenges and your problems, are most times your passport to excellence and your greatness. Because if you just think if you had no challenges at all in life, that you would not have dug deep into your spirit, right? And into that knowledge base, and even to use the support structures and the intelligence that we have around us, because we do live on the information highway, right? We're in the digital space, so we have access to knowledge. So every time we have a challenge and we dig deep, we are able to come up with solutions, which makes us smarter and more impactful. So it's a good thing. To me, most of my challenges were good things.
Again, we needed to have more time. Where can people get your book?
Amazon, also Barnes & Noble, and also on my website, PaulineChristian.com.
Okay, so that's Breaking Barriers in Pursuit of Excellence. So definitely check that out on Amazon. We are ready to move forward.
We're ready to soar.
We're ready to soar.
Yeah, that's what I put in my sign-in.
We'll be back with more on Uxbridge Scugog Life.
I still remember the games, the laughter, the footsteps through the hallway. I'll never forget the hard times.
Every day I come back from work, it's always like this. We're yelling in front of the kids.
The help we needed. How far we've come.
Hello, I'm Judy Tate, host and producer of At the Heart of Business. Join me each week as we speak with women in business about their challenges and their successes. At the Heart of Business, right here on Rogers TV Durham.
Hi, my name's Scott Dennis, host of the Sports Report here on Rogers TV Durham. Do you love sports? So do I, and we're talking about it anywhere from the Oshawa Generals to college, university to amateur sport. Make sure you tune in here, only on Rogers TV Durham.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. So at the end of the show, I like to pull a card from my luminous humanist deck. Is the deck that I am pulling from this time. I think I pulled from this last time as well. Now, the card that I got, which is so in alignment with what we're talking about, this card is Naturally High. Naturally High. So the message that wants to come along with this card is, first of all, we need to have a balance within our life. And moderation is, yes, it is a good concept to stand by. But some individuals with certain substances might have more challenges to keep that balance. And it might just be you are predisposed to having an addiction. And so it is important for us to know that we can find our own happiness, our own joy, without needing to go to substances. But we've been so programmed, if you think about commercials and television shows and movies, about how, alcohol is what will make a fun night, right? And you might have even been programmed by the people that you've been around as to what you might need to be able to support your inner world, your emotional, your mental state. But we can be happy without substances, and it's about changing our perception and finding a new way, a new perception of how we can bring joy into our lives. So something to think about as to how you can create more balance within your life. So next week we'll have more on the show. Make sure you keep watching, and if you want to be on the show, you can send us an email, uxbridgescugoglife@rci.rogers.com. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
We were born in Canada. We spoke English. On the streets, we weren't welcome. But on the field, we were the Asahi, Vancouver's champions. Everyone cheered for us. Our people had a voice. Then Canada declared war on Japan. They took us from our homes, called us enemies, forced us into camps.